Hello Virgo, my loves, how are you doing today? Welcome to your reading, welcome to this video, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome back if this isn't your first time. Either way, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is for Virgo Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome. As you can see from the title of this video, today we're doing a tarot reading and we're looking at different things. So first of all, we're looking at what are some things that you have learned and healed in 2020. Then we're looking at what is the great conjunction of December 21st, 2020 of Saturn in Aquarius, Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, activating within you and affecting you. If you don't know what that is or what that means astrologically, I'll be talking about it just a little bit later right after this, so stick around if you want to know that, or you can look it up also, that's fine. Then we're also looking at some general 2021 life predictions for you, what your life will look like in 2021. And finally, we're getting some advice from Spirit on the in-between, on whatever it is that you may need advice about at the time that you are currently watching this, okay? So two things I want to say before we get into this. So first of all, this is a general reading, okay? So if you saw this on your page, if you clicked on it, if you felt drawn to it, there's definitely a message for you here, but it might not be the entire reading. So if you feel that like there's some things that don't resonate, you can let it go, that's okay. And also, if you hear some things that you don't like in the predictions for 2021, there's no need to be scared of that, because when we do predictions with the tarot, you know, we can never be 100% sure that that's what's going to happen. It's more so this is the most probable future with how things are looking right now and the way that you approach your life and the choices that you're making in your life, okay? But the thing is, you're always the master of your own life, so if you don't like what you hear, you can always change that, okay? So don't worry about that. And also, I do personal astrology and tarot readings. If you're interested in something more personalized from me, you can book via Instagram DM or email. All that information down below on how to contact me, okay? My private readings are currently open. Yeah, I think I've said everything that I wanted to say, so I'll include the clip about the great conjunction, so stick around if you want to watch that, but otherwise I'll see you at your reading. Okay, so the great conjunction, you know, Jupiter and Saturn for me, they are the two social planets in the way that, you know, they are outer planets, but they move quicker than the generational planets, you know, generational planets being Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So Jupiter stays in the same sign for about a year, and Saturn stays in the same sign for about 2.5 years. So the people born, you know, for example, in school, your school grade pretty much has the same Jupiter and Saturn signs, or, you know, most of the people around exactly your age. So that's why they can be called the social signs. For me, I think, you know, Jupiter and Saturn, they are very, very opposite energies, but they're both definitely needed in the zodiac and in our lives, because Jupiter expands everything it touches, and Saturn is about constraints and restrictions. So you see kind of the paradox here. But how I see it is that, to me, Jupiter and Saturn are the two teachers of the zodiac, if you look at the archetypes, because I think Jupiter is kind of like you know, the teacher that is very, very gregarious, very extroverted, very philosophical, and just very enjoyable, just has a nice sense of humor, and is very present and very friendly and very human. And it's very easy to like them, to like him, if you're talking him saying like Jupiter, but you know, if you're talking about them. So if you're imagining Jupiter as a teacher, it's like your favorite teacher that's so easy to like, right? And who really believes in you, really pushes you, and is always there for you. And if you're interested, you can talk with them after the class ends and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? I think we all had a teacher like that, or I wish that for you, because it is really enjoyable, really nice. And teachers often have strong Jupiter in their chart as well. And Saturn is the teacher who's really strict, who's more severe, and you know, more serious as well. Saturn is kind of the cold teacher, the one that's just so easy to hate, or to dislike, And you don't, you know, fun is not a keyword that you would associate with them. But as you mature and as you grow up and as you age, you turn back and you realize that they were like this to you, truly to encourage you to grow. They were hard on you to encourage you to grow and to work harder. And they were like hard on you to encourage you to learn how to discipline yourself so that you can be more and more successful as your life goes on. Okay, so Jupiter is not all good, because you know sometimes Jupiter can be too much, and can be, you know, Jupiter expands everything it touches, but sometimes it can be too much as well. So Jupiter is not all good, and just Saturn is not all bad. Okay, so they're coming together during this conjunction. So this is really, you know, the last time this conjunction happened was in May 2000 in the sign of Taurus, and now we have this happening at 0 degrees Aquarius. And as I already said, I think the 0 degrees is just so powerful and so symbolic. You can look in your birth chart, astrological birth chart, where this falls in what house, and this is where you're going to see the most changes. There's going to be a lot of innovations. There's just like with this conjunction, especially at 0 degrees, I feel there's a lot of opportunities for new things and new doors to open, but of course you're going to have to take it if that is presented to you. Okay, it's just not going to happen just like that. But you know, we've been in this super heavy Capricorn energy all year long, and we are slowly really moving out of that and looking at the future. You know, we've been really kind of reflecting on our life and on ourselves and on our societies and our infrastructures, institutions, all of that stuff, which is really Capricorn and really Saturn. And all of that has been transforming because of you know, Pluto and the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in January that's really heavily associated with COVID. But now we are looking forward. Okay, like we had all of this. We've been assessing, you know, some of these things have broken down or have been teared down, but you know, and we've assessed what is good, what is bad, what do we want to keep with us, and what do we want to leave in the past, and now where are we going? Like, now what? This is really the feeling that this great conjunction is giving me. So yeah, I think I've said what I wanted to say about this. If you're interested in some more information, you can look that up. Hello again, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. So before we get into it, I'm just going to repeat this in case you did not listen to the intro. We're looking at multiple things today, okay? So this might also be a longer reading. My readings tend to be longer in general also, so you'll know because you'll see the length of this video, but just sit back and enjoy. I have my cup of tea here. You can go grab yours if you want. But anyway, first we're going to look at what are some things that you have learned and healed in 2020. Then we're looking at how is the Great Conjunction affecting you. If you don't know what that is or what that means, I talked about it right after the intro. It's in the timestamps. You can go back and watch that. And we're looking at some general 2021 life predictions for you. And finally, we're getting some advice from spirits. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into your reading. Okay, spirits, so what are some things that Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising have learned or healed in 2020? What are some things that Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising have learned or healed in 2020? What are some things Is there anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, okay, that's what I thought. All the decks I use in this video will be in the description box as well, in case you're interested. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So we have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the Queen of Crystals. which is the Queen of Pentacles. And finally, we have the King of Crystals. So I'm already getting a pretty clear message from this, and it's quite beautiful as well. So what I'm getting is that entering 2020, there was kind of like two different sides of you. Not that you had two different personalities, of course, but the way that you handled your emotions versus the rest of yourself, so your practical self, your psychological self, your rational, practical, intellectual self was really different. Okay, you were, and also like your maturity and your development and both of these things were very different. Okay, in your emotions, you were a page in reverse. Okay, which is kind of like really young, can be associated to a child. I'm not saying you were childish, okay, not necessarily, but you were not super mature emotionally, because I think with this being in reverse, I think you were just kind of blocking out your emotions and your emotional process. So I think that you were never really used to listen to your emotions. You were not around people who were very emotionally mature or awakened, or you were not around people who encouraged emotional growth, and so it wasn't natural for you to do that, so you never really did. Well, on other things, you were a very, I was going to say a woman, but you don't, maybe most of you will be women watching this, but you don't have to be a woman, obviously. You were like, I'm getting financially stable, like you had, you know, of course that would depend on your age, where you're at in your life, but some of you had kind of like, really had your life together, like you had the job, you had the career, you had the education, you had like your day-to-day life was pretty well organized, or you know, at least you had a good vision of where you wanted to be and where you wanted to go in your life, and you were working towards that. And so on the outside, you seem to be doing really good, and in a sense you were, but also you were shutting off your emotions, and so you weren't fully present. Okay, because the Queen is someone who's really matured and who has mastered something. There's something about mastery here. So there was a really big imbalance. Okay. And I think that 2020 kind of triggered that, which is normal, because I think with everything that happened, you know, especially Virgo is typically the sign that's most worried about their health. So the situation in 2020 might have freaked you out more than most. Like you might have been, you know, maybe some of the people around you were kind of more relaxed on the measures, or they weren't really scared of getting the virus, and you were like, oh my god, no, like you were always thinking about it, and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Which is normal. I'm not saying you shouldn't be like that, okay? And also, like, the situation is so different to everything we've witnessed that it's kind of like, just be safe. There's no normal reaction to it, because it's not a normal situation, okay? But so I think that it kind of forced you to be in your emotions, because it triggered you in that way so much, and I think it did all of us. But the thing is, it was really disorienting for you, because you're not used to tapping into your emotions, and you're like, what the hell is that? And I think that if in the past you were capable of shutting off your emotions to go with your Queen of Crystals energy, you were just kind of not able to do that anymore completely in 2020. And so that kind of forced you to be like, oh, well, I guess I'll have to take both. But I think, you know, the Page of Cups here came out in reverse, but I will put it upright, because I do think, you know, this blocked energy was representing you at the beginning of the year, and I think that right now you are more like this. You are unblocked, and you are learning, and you are more free and more true to yourself, and you're listening to your emotions more. And you finally stopped to, like, I think in the past you were can I speak? You were not associating them with who you are in yourself. You were like dismissing them and pushing them to the side and being like, no, that's not who I am. And I think that you realized that, like, you were like, no, that's not who I am. I'm the Queen of Crystals here. But I think in 2020 you realized that you were both, and that was okay. And the thing is, when you did that, Some of you I'm hearing went to see a therapist and that helped a lot. That can always help a lot when we get a therapist that we really vibe with and that we can trust. You've stepped into your King of Crystals energy thanks to that, okay? I think that to me, I mean, the Queen and the King are like a divine, oh, there's that too. I was going to say divine counterparts. Okay, there's like going to be two different scenarios. I'm going to talk about the other one later. So they're divine counterparts, you know, and of course I do see them as equal. And, you know, despite being called Queen and King in tarot, it's about energies, it's not about genders, okay? So I'm not telling you stepped up from Queen to King as in, like, women are inferior to men, okay? Not at all. I don't believe that. And that's not always what I will get when I pull a King and a Queen in a spread, but it's what I'm getting as the message right now, okay? I think that because you were able to integrate the Page of Cups within yourself and within your Queen of Crystals energy and work with both, you were able to step up again and reach full mastery with the King of Crystals. And I think that I think you realized, I think you thought that you really kind of had it all, or that you were really doing great and that you were really evolved or really developed, because maybe you were in the material world or in the 3D in the practical sense at the beginning of 2020. And I think that at the end of 2020 you're like, or like whatever time you might be watching this, if you're watching this later on during the year in 2021, you might be like, oh, actually no, I was so far away from what I thought I was, and now I feel more like I'm like that because I integrate my emotions, which is really, really beautiful. I did mention divine counterparts, so there might be something about that. You might have been, again, genders don't matter, but mostly if you're a woman and you were single at the beginning of 2021, or maybe you weren't, but you broke up or something like that, and at the end of 2020 you're single, you might have either met someone, a really important partner, who's kind of like your equal and very loving with you, and it's also someone who's more earthy. They might also be an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or they're also really stable, and they also have goals, they're ambitious, they work towards that, and I think that's really attractive to you. You might have met them in 2020, or you might meet them soon, or in 2021 sometimes, okay? I'm hearing soulmate, so, and I'm not someone who just talks about soulmate just like that all the time, so for some of you this might be it. I'm just getting, even if it's not like a soulmate or you don't resonate with that concept, I think it's going to be someone really important, and it's going to be a really fulfilling relationship, because I think you're going to feel, I think you might have felt in the past that you were kind of like a mother to your, I'm hearing boyfriend, so because I'm getting, if this is about divine counterpart, it's mostly for those of you who are watching who are women and maybe dating men, but it doesn't have to be, okay? So maybe you felt in the past like you kind of had to mother your partners, and that really like suck the energy out of you, as it would for anyone, because when you date someone you're not supposed to be their parents, and you finally have met, or you will meet someone who is your equal and is responsible and mature and a grown man or a grown woman or a grown person, okay, a grown adult, and that will feel so good. Like the idea of a relationship won't feel draining or like a task anymore, because you won't have to mother them. It will be an equal give and take, which is really beautiful. Okay, now let's get into what is the Great Conjunction activating within you. What is the Great Conjunction? How is the Great Conjunction affecting Virgo's Sun, Moon, and Rising? Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is there anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just another confirmation. So we have the Ace of Cups here. So the thing is, if you are a Virgo rising, this conjunction happened in your 6th house. It could have happened in your 5th house if you use Placidus, depending on your chart, okay, just look that up if you want to. Your day-to-day life will change a lot, and you know, this is just confirming, because the Ace of Cups is about a new love coming in. So, and it did come out in reverse at first, but I felt to put it upright. But I think when it came out in reverse, it was just another message that, like, you probably haven't met this person yet, or you haven't gotten together with them yet. You're not dating them yet. But you most probably will meet someone. Okay, this is just another confirmation for you. Or if it's not that for you, I think that you will just cultivate more emotionally fulfilling and authentic connections in 2021. In the job that you choose, in your friendships, in your family relationships, and you will feel a lot more loved. It will be a lot more energizing and fulfilling in general. And it's kind of the same thing again. It won't feel like a task anymore, because it'll be an equal give and take, and it will make you feel good, because you'll kind of accept the emotional plane and dimension of that connection. Okay, great. Wow. Okay, so what are some general 2021 predictions for Virgo? Okay, let's take a little look. What is going on here? Okay, wow. Should I take this one? I mean, Jesus. Okay, fine. I'll keep it on the side for now. I do want to show it. So let's see what we have here. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. I understand why I wanted to keep that other card, but put it on the side. So we have the King of Wands. We have so many kings, okay? That is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that many kings in the same reading. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Strength card. We have the Three of Wands. And we have the King of Swords. We have three kings, and that's kind of specific, so it's not going to be for everyone, okay? But with these three kings of the different suits as well, it's not the same cards. And this Three of Wands, what I'm getting is you might not meet one person. You might meet three different people. Or have three different people trying to get with you, or just get to know three different people that you're kind of interested in. Okay, and you're gonna, or at least two, maybe three. Okay, that's kind of crazy. I did not expect that from this reading, and maybe you didn't either. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. You might have three different people. Yeah, exactly. Or at least two. Most likely men, or people with really masculine energy. I don't know, no matter what your gender is or the gender of the people you might date. I think you will have to make a choice. You see how this person here is choosing this one. And I think that's also why This one I wanted to, this one is at the bottom of the deck and I didn't know what, no, it wasn't at the bottom, but it like almost came out and I was like, do I take it or not? And at first I was like, I'll put it on the side. And you see how there's like one wand that's left behind on this card here. So I think that there's one person that's, if you meet 3 people, I think there's one person that's like definitely a no. You might not even like them, they just might be into you and might really try to flirt with you and be with you or get you on a date or something. You can be like no, or at least maybe they're not that bad, but compared to the other 2, it's like clearly I have better options. So, and this might be someone who's quite I don't want to say not aggressive as in like insults you or crosses your boundaries or is like abusive. Okay, aggressive as in like they might tell you really directly that they're into you and that they want to be with you, and it might be kind of like take you aback and be like, what? And it might be a little bit like invasive. Okay, but I'm not necessarily getting, yeah, they might try to talk to you a lot and like constantly text you. So if that's something you don't want, just you can block their number. But I'm not, yeah, that's what I'm getting. But anyway, you at least have 2 different people, most probably, that will both be interesting choices, and you will kind of have to make a choice, and that will be kind of like a challenge in 2021. But you know, the thing is with the strength card here is really telling you that you have the strength to do this, to go through all of this. You are strong enough and you have enough, like you know whatever it is that you need to know to make this decision, okay? It might not be easy, but you will be okay and you have what it takes. All right? So I'm also getting the King of Wands might be a Leo, because this is the Leo card. I have some Leo placements, and the King of Wands is fire, since Leo's a fire sign. This might be them, yeah. It might be the person you end up choosing if they kind of show up twice, but you know, it doesn't have to be. I'm not saying that they're the right choice. You will know that. I'm not telling you what to do. Just follow your intuition. I'm also getting like this person. I'm also seeing you just taking care of yourself more in 2021. Just engaging in more self-care, being more relaxed, just giving yourself some days where you don't have so many things that you want to do or that you feel you have to do. Okay, just relaxing and yeah, loving yourself and doing things that just make you happy, not just forcing yourself to stay productive or busy, okay? I'm also seeing that whoever you choose as your partner, if you do choose one of them, but I do think you will, because I think you'll be interested in them. I think that it will be someone you'll get to know slowly but surely, and I think you'll kind of ease into it. I don't think it will be something, you might meet them suddenly, but I don't think you'll get with them really suddenly. I think you'll appreciate getting to know them over time, so I think you'll go on like multiple dates. I think it will be really chill. I think that I've talked about being with someone who's like your equal and someone who's also strong and stable and grown like you. So I think that they will also acknowledge that, and they will also like that in you. They will not feel insecure by your strength or by how maybe your position in life, like your job or your status or your qualities, whatever it is that makes you so amazing. They will not be intimidated by that. They will really love that. And I think that they will hold a lot of respect for you. And I think that they will be also very loyal to you. So that's really great news. And so you have the strength to make that decision when you need to. And we have the 10 of Cups. So it's almost, the 10 of Cups is pretty much saying to me like, great love is promised. Like this is another one of the most positive love cards in the whole tarot deck. So this might be someone that you really build a foundation, a legacy with. Might be someone that you, like your main life partner. Might be someone you stay with for a long time. If you want to get married or you want to have children, this might be someone that you could do that with in the future. Okay, you might get married to them and have children with them. You might like work in the same field or something, or like you can join your expertise and you like kind of build something together over time. Also, it's not going to be just anyone, or like just a cool guy or cool girl, a cool person you date for 6 months and it's over. Okay, it's not that. It's going to be like major, but you don't have to be scared because it's going to be amazing. How great is that? I never know what's going to happen when I do reading. I never know what's going to come out, but I love delivering good news. Okay, so let's get some advice from goddesses themselves. What is some advice for Virgo, Sun, and Rising? Maybe perhaps on the choice I'll have to make, or anything that they need advice on right now. What is some advice for Virgo? Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna stop here. Okay. So let's see. This one kind of... Oh, there's another one. Oh, there was another one hidden behind it. And it's funny because they're like the same color. When I first looked really quickly when it came out, I thought it was the other one. And I was like, oh no, it's not that one, but it was underneath it. Okay. So we have... I'm only saying the numbers in case it means something to you. If it doesn't, doesn't have to mean anything. We have number 14, Epona, wise leadership. We have number 32, Mama Killa, the moon. And we have number 10, Danu, assurance. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Lilith in reverse, number 30, independence. So I think, yeah, once again, like you might have in the past developed, or, over time in your life developed, like, I was going to say, like, over or, like, extra independence to make sure that you could rely on yourself. And this year you're letting go of that. Like, you're relaxing more, you're taking care of yourself more, and you will meet most probably a divine counterpart or get with them. And so that will also help you letting go of that need to be over independent to the point where it's just not healthy, because that is a thing. I think that with Epona, you might be kind of thrown or thrusted into a leadership position in 2021, or you might go after that yourself. But it might not even be like you get a concrete title or something, but you might be in a group of people where you're kind of seen as a leader, or that's kind of your role. I think that you might be surprised at first, but I think that you can do really good in this. I think, it might not be... I'm mostly getting the message from this card as in just let go of your worries and go out and try it, okay? You might end up realizing that it's not for you, and that is okay, but you need to try it first with an open mind and without stressing out about it anymore, okay? You have wisdom, okay? It's like you've literally... Like, you've evolved to the King of Crystals in 2020. Or by 2021, whenever you're watching this. Like, you are extremely wise, okay? Especially, the crystals suit is the Pentacles, and it's about work and the practical life. So it makes sense to me, especially if you get a leadership position in your workplace. It makes sense to me because you have wisdom to offer. And people see that. Okay, it's time that you start seeing that as well. So if that happens, don't freak out over it too much. Don't overthink it too much. Just go with it and know that if you fail, or if it doesn't end up as supposed to or as expected, or if you end up not liking it, it's not the end of the world, okay? But you will have tried it and you will know. Just go at it with an open mind. Epona is guiding you. You can call upon her if you need to in your prayers or your meditations. But yeah, also getting you might be connecting to the moon a lot this year. This is also just about connecting to your intuition a lot more. I do feel like I should read from the booklet about this one. There might be additional messages, so let me get to it. Okay, so the empowerment message of this card is: Mama Killa, the Incan goddess of the moon, presides over the power of cycles and seasons. The moon rules the night sky, returning full 13 times in a year. The ancients marked time by the moon to know when to plant, when to harvest, when to store food, and when to celebrate fertility. Right now, you are invited to see what is familiar and decide whether you need to improve on it or leave things as they are. The answer to your inquiry can be found in the timing of things in the cycle you're in. You can apply the idea of natural cycles to relationships, creative projects, personal growth, and more. If you are honest with yourself, you will see there is no way to control these cycles, only to use the creative energy they offer to help you. If your relationship is unclear yet brimming with potential, you might turn to the new moon energy that shows up in the spring cycle of life. In that case, you just need to allow the relationship to grow naturally and be clear in your intentions. When your outer world seems to be slowing down, with obstacles rising up and temporarily blocking your every move, do not put up a resistance. Instead, take advantage of the need to rest and recalibrate your intentions as you wait for the cycle to change. No matter what, like the cycles of the moon, there is divine order in everything that is happening in your life right now. Once you know this, the goddess Mama Killa welcomes you to her divine moon dance of co-creation. How beautiful. Okay. I think that Danu here really wants to tell you that to become more confident in 2021 in yourself, but also in your skills, and if you're in a leadership position in your role as a leader, as a guide, I think that it's also telling you that if you want to make some changes, or if you need to make some difficult decisions or moves, which you probably will in 2021, you can do so with assurance because you are guided. Okay? I also feel called to read the description for this one, so let's go and see what it says. The empowerment message for Danu is: the appearance of the Celtic earth goddess Danu, who gave birth to magic, portends the fulfillment of your desires and the fruition of your dreams. Whatever it is that you're inquiring about, Danu gives her assurance that you're in the process of becoming. Now is the time to trust that whatever you have planned, and worked toward is being lovingly birthed. All you need to do is stay with the flow of events and be ready for your next opportunity. Everything has its perfect season, just as fallow ground carries the promise of new life that appears again in the spring. As if magically bidden from the invisible to the visible, Danu offers her promise of grounded assurance. So that is it, you guys. Those are all the messages that I'm getting for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Share this with other people who might be Virgo, so who would enjoy this. And subscribe to my channel for more videos like and unlike this one. If this didn't resonate that much, you can check out one of your other signs, especially your ascendant, if this isn't already your ascendant. All the signs will be up on my channel as I upload this, or if they're not, they will be probably like tomorrow or in 2 days, okay? So go check that out to make sure you don't miss out. I do personal astrology and tarot readings. If you're interested in something more personal from me, my private readings are currently open. You can book via Instagram DM or email. All that information on how to contact me down below in the description box as well. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at sakura.astrology as well. I do multiple things on Instagram. I have all the details of my what exactly personal readings I offer, but I also do astrological forecast. I do giveaways sometimes of readings. I do pick-up piles, all sorts of fun things. So if you think that is something you would be interested in, make sure to follow me over there. But otherwise, I'll send you off and I'll let you go. So I wish you an amazing day, an amazing 2021. I hope you have, a good day. That's what I just said. I hope you have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Now I'll go to sleep because I cannot speak anymore. I'll leave you guys so much. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.